which we're really excited about. I'm not sure how familiar you are with what we've been doing in the Flash area, but just a little context for background. A year ago, less than a year ago, in April of last year, 2013, we announced a major strategic initiative across IBM. Amongst other things, we announced a strategic initiative to invest $1 billion in flash-optimized solutions across IBM. We've been executing on that strategy very well. One of the major announcements that we made just last month, both in New York City and Beijing and other parts around the world, was our Flash System H40. We should spend some time to talk about that. And then just at this conference, just yesterday, we announced the Flash System V840, which really provides all the data virtualization, data management, software capabilities with our leadership product, the Flash System 840. So we've got off to a very strong start. Flash is, some people in the industry call Flash an emerging technology. It's certainly emerging in clients' data centers, but Flash is not new. You all are users of Flash.
Yes.
Smartphones,
iPhones
and iPads have all used Flash, and quite frankly, that's what's driven the cost of Flash down. So about 7 years of consumer technology and all the Flash technology that's being deployed in all these devices has started to dramatically drive the price of Flash technology down. So that's been one of the major inhibitors to clients adopting Flash in the data center. The other major inhibitor had been they just wanted to be ready for the data center. They wanted to be highly reliable and not use consumer-grade Flash. There's a difference between consumer-grade Flash and enterprise-grade Flash. So enterprise-grade Flash is meant for the data centers. And of course, IBM has brought a lot of innovation and value add to our Flash-optimized solutions to make it ready for the data center. And of course, what we announced this week, and we're very excited about, is all the innovations around software capabilities. So all the things around what we call advanced data management services, things like provisioning and snapshots and replication, real-time compression, which is a data reduction technology to drive about 80% of the cost of storage out of the equation. So these are all things that we've made Flash optimized solutions ready for the data center, and that's kind of how we're driving the technology. And quite frankly, we couldn't be happier with the acceptance of Flash into enterprise data space. We don't really talk about speeds and feeds when we talk about our technology, although we do have one of the fastest systems out there. We love talking about speeds and feeds, by the way, but we don't lead with that. It really is a client-focused story, and it really is about helping clients transform their businesses, do things in new ways that they could never do before. So we've let clients like Royal Caribbean and Sprint and Kroger talk about what this has done for their business and how it's helped transform their business. They talk about real-time analytics, where in the past it would take days or hours or even 5 minutes to come up with real-time data analytics. And when customers like Sprint are handling their call centers and they're able to take calls, they can talk to clients and have the data available to them at the time they're having the conversation. Not 2 minutes later, not 5 minutes. You're not going to call a client back and say, "Oh, by the way, I was just talking to you, helping you with your iPhone." You need to have it right there on the spot. So that's why Sprint and others have moved to this technology, because Flash really is about storing, accessing, analyzing fast-moving data in real time. So it's been a real powerful, transformative thought in terms of helping clients transform their business, to move things into real time, away from batch processing into real time. And so we've had lots of clients that have that we've worked with that kind of help tell this story from a perspective of how it drives business value. But of course, as you all probably know, Flash has a very powerful proposition from lowering the cost of computing. While Flash is slightly more expensive than high-performance disk, it's about where high-performance disk was 2 years ago. But when you take a look at all the efficiencies around the Flash technology, lower floor space, lower energy consumption, lower cooling, lower density, so less systems storage administrators running these racks and racks of storage systems. Our clients talk about, we had 5 racks of traditional storage spinning disk in their data center, and they were able to replace it with a single 2U Flash storage system. So very powerful, transformative thoughts. And they talk about the fact, I think Royal Caribbean gave a great quote, that they saved $77,000 a year just in floor space savings just because of flash. So you'll hear more about that in some of our sessions this afternoon. So we've kind of led with a client-facing perspective to our technology, and we've opened 12 flash centers of competency around the world to kind of help clients, with transforming their businesses and using flash into their data centers. And so it's been a very powerful story for us. So with that, I want to pause because I could probably go on for a long time if I don't stop myself.
Do you think that the price will be lower in the future? Because, well, a lot of talks around that is, for example, the cost of per gigabyte in an iPhone is totally different in these environments. Well, you have more cost related to the software around these software layers to improve the systems, but we can see that the price will be lower.
Absolutely. So if you take out the software component for the advanced data services for just a moment, the core price of the flash technology is coming down a cost curve, which is about 35 to 40% price performance improvement per year. So that means you can get it, 40% cheaper, or you can get 40% more at the same price. When we launched the V840 in January 16, we announced double the performance, double the speed, and on a dollars per IOPS basis, it was 50% less. So we're coming down there. We're probably being more aggressive in the industry. Mm-hmm. But IDC, Gartner, Forrester, some of the major players that track this say it's coming down, 35 to 40%, which is making flash a lot cheaper. And quite frankly, what we see happening in the consumer marketplace, that's helping drive flash prices way down. So these are all, it's kind of the perfect storm that's coming together right now to kind of create a perfect situation for enterprise clients to adopt flash inside the data center.
So do you think that the older technologies will be outside the business in the near future?
Well, our point of view is we see flash replacing high-performance disk systems dramatically over the next 4 to 5 years. As a matter of fact, many clients that we work with right now say that they're not buying any more high-performance disks. They're going to replace all high-performance disk systems with flash systems. Now, let me be clear. You have high-performance disk, which is used primarily for performance. You have high-capacity disk drives. We're not seeing flash cut into the high capacity. We're also seeing tape, which IBM is a major player on, come back in a big way, because lots of clients are saying, geez, I see the business model now emerging, and it's changing the whole economics. And we talk a lot about economics when we talk about flash and our technology, but what we're seeing is flash is becoming the technology of choice for all high-performance disk systems. So anytime you're looking to store, access, analyze fast-moving data in real time, they want that on flash. Other things, they want on high-capacity disk or tape or other mediums. So we're seeing flash emerge in a big way.
From the channel's perspective, do you have new business positions to them in terms of the market that IBM didn't sell, don't sell direct, and they have some business that they can sell without IBM steal their accounts?
Well, Flash is being embraced very well by our business partners. Mm-hmm. Quite frankly, more than 80% of our Flash systems have been sold through the channel, which is dramatic. And if you think about it, most people who sell into clients with servers and storage technology, they sell to the data center owners, they sell to the infrastructure people. Flash is very different because of the powerful nature of the technology and how it's able to transform businesses and business applications. A lot of the sales process goes to the line of business executive, the CFO, the CMO, and so that is a natural play for a business partners who have this deep industry expertise around certain areas. So when we talk to the line of business executive about what this can do to the business and change the whole dynamics of the business and the business value, before we even get to the economics discussion, which is very powerful as well. But even at the first point, business partners love that technology because that's where they specialize in. They have deep industry expertise. A lot of them have some software expertise as well. So it's a natural play for business partners, and the uptake with the business partners has been very, very strong. And of course, I think you're well aware of IBM has made some major announcements with being more channel friendly and leading more with the channel, and so those are all being very welcomed by our business partners. And so when I talk to the business partners, they just love talking about Flash, and they are on, they've jumped in with both feet.
In terms of on money, do you have an estimate of the business opportunity in the future for this business?
For high performance disks?
Yes.
So most people in the industry see high performance disk about a third of the storage marketplace. One third. One third. And so that's the opportunity that Flash is potentially going to go after. There are lots of forms of Flash. The SSDs, solid state disk, is considered flash memory technology. That's not our approach with our flash systems. We take a very different approach. I'd love to talk to you about that in a moment, because simply put, all flash is not created equal, and clients and vendors who deploy SSDs are not deploying what we're deploying. But let me go back to your question. We see flash going after that, high performance disk systems, which is 1/3 of the storage marketplace, in a big way. And most IT analysts view that the overall storage marketplace, when you consider tape and high capacity disk and high performance disk, to only be growing about 4% a year. But when you take a look at this all flash technology we're talking about, not flash SSDs inside traditional disk systems, but all flash technologies, purpose-built systems, where we take the actual flash chip, we take a flash chip, we put it into the system, and we optimize everything in the data path between the fiber channel port to this, to the flash chip in our product. We don't buy SSDs from an SSD manufacturer and work around the bottlenecks and the overhead. We actually optimize from the ground up these flash chips. This all flash marketplace is supposed to grow 50% CGR. So more than 10x the overall storage marketplace. This is why we're so excited about the technology, and we're so excited about the future of the storage marketplace with respect to flash optimized systems.
In terms of your competition, I think the EMC with the Extreme I/O flash technology and the HP technology also related to that, is the field is the winner of the field is around technology. So technology is a key differentiation of that, or the major point is this relation with the software that you have in your ecosystem of partners. What is the...
So let me give you a little bit broader perspective of the competitive landscape. There was about 12 or so flash startups that kind of emerged. We looked at all these technologies. We acquired a company in September of 2012 called Texas Memory Systems. You mentioned EMC. They acquired a company called Extreme I/O. They also acquired, Scale I/O after Extreme I/O. They acquired theirs in May of 2012. HP acquired 3PAR, which is not really a direct play. That's a different type of technology implementation. I'll get into that a little bit differently. Cisco acquired Whiptail. So what you're seeing is the major vendors are choosing their bets with the flash, the startups and the technology, which ones have emerged as the strengths. And of course, some of the flash startups like Violin Memory has now gone public. They're trying to go it alone. PureScale, we still see PureScale a little bit. Violin Memory's hit some rough times financially. I'm sure you follow that. But what you're seeing is most of the flash startups, they have some of them have great technology, but they don't have the skills or the expertise to have all the enterprise characteristics for a data center. So all the reliability, things like we just announced in January, like concurrent code load. So when you have to update firmware on your system, you don't have to take the blocks down, you don't have to lose access to the data, concurrent maintenance, hot swap ability on every component, from the flash modules to the batteries to the canisters in the back. So we put a tremendous amount of expertise into making this ready for the data center. And quite frankly, the flash startups can't do that. But the bigger vendors that we compete with in the marketplace on storage, they have the expertise as well. What we also have is our data virtualization technology. And this is kind of to tie it back to our announcements this week with our V840. It's a combination of data virtualization technology, which is we've had in the marketplace. We've perfected over the last decade, right? So we actually introduced this technology in 2001, 2002 with our SVC send volume controller technology. But all the advanced data management services, all the flash startups don't have that, right? And that's why the major system vendors and storage vendors have the expertise to say, how do you do storage virtualization? Things like thin provisioning, snapshots, global mirroring, real-time compression. We announced significant enhancements to our real-time compression technology last month as well. So real-time compression, quite frankly, it goes back to the economics of flash. You can reduce the cost of storage by 80% by applying real-time compression technologies. So none of the flash startups have that. This is sort of a natural. You take the best technology and use that fundamental building block, and you say, let's put all of our enterprise characteristics, make it ready for the data center, and then add all of our advanced data management services or software layer on top of that. And quite frankly, that's just been a winner for our clients in the marketplace. And so that's kind of our $1 billion roadmap in a nutshell. And we've been executing on the roadmap, having great success, delivering products. We announced a set of products in April of last year when we announced the $1 billion strategic investment. We significantly re-enhanced that portfolio in January of this year, so within 9 months. So you can see we're bringing this technology to the marketplace very, very rapidly. So
we're going to need to wrap up so you can have transition time to your next meeting.
thank you.
Any final question?
Well, okay.
So can I ask you all a question? So what's your perspective of flash technology in enterprises? Are you seeing the same